This is the easiest way to reverse insulin resistance, and I wish I would have known about it sooner. I went from looking like this, where I was always tired and I had cravings all the time. I had chronic fatigue, my blood pressure was high, stroke level, type 2 diabetic for over 20 years and took over 20,000 insulin shots. I was on cholesterol meds, I had neuropathy, I had non-alcoholic fatty liver, and I had diabetic retinopathy. I had gained over 80 pounds, and then I found out that this was all tied to insulin resistance. So I really felt that I was the issue and no one could relate with what I was dealing with. This is me now after I reversed insulin resistance. I've lost over 60 pounds of body fat. I feel 20 years younger. I'm off all my medications that I was on for 20 years. I now feel amazing. But before we get into insulin resistance, you're going to have to understand a few things. When we eat carbohydrates, it impacts our blood glucose levels. Because those carbohydrates, they all get broken down into sugar. And that glucose causes our blood sugar levels to rise, and then our body releases insulin. Insulin acts like a key to opening a door. The blood glucose can enter the cell and be used as energy. That energy can also be stored to be used as energy for later. However, when that key stops working, we become insulin resistant. In order for those cell doors to actually work, our body has to increase more insulin. This is our insulin to be elevated all the time. And if this is left unaddressed, it can lead to chronic issues, type 2 diabetes, dementia, PCOS in women, erectile dysfunction in men, heart disease, fatty livers, and all those other symptoms. So our goal to reverse insulin resistance is to first lower the elevated levels of insulin, and here's how I did that. And I'm going to tell you how you can do it as well. First, you need to give your body a break from constant glucose spikes. These constant glucose spikes are constantly raising insulin. I implemented intermittent fasting because it takes so much longer for insulin spikes to come down. Intermittent fasting will give your body that break that it needs to allow your body to actually heal and then start to be sensitive to insulin. Consider this. Every time you snack, you're causing your blood glucose to spike. Every time it spikes, it starts that timer over again for how long insulin will remain in your body. Personally, like the 16 and 8 intermittent fasting method. It means I have an 8-hour eating window, but 16 hours where I don't eat anything. My first meal at noon, and then I'm done eating by 8 o'clock that night. And then I don't eat until the next day. Skip breakfast, there's no snacking, and then my first meal of the day is lunch. If you've tried intermittent fasting before, you may have got headaches, you may have got the shakes, you may have people even telling you that you have anger problems because you're constantly hungry and craving sugar all the time. I use this because it helps speed up my metabolism, it helps eliminate the food noise, and it takes those hunger pains away. Hunger pains always trump willpower. When you eat and you have your first meal, it's really important that you focus on fiber, protein, fat, and complex carbs. And if you specifically eat your food in that order, that will automatically keep your blood sugar from spiking as much. Most people are deficient in fiber, so that's why I supplement with this product right here. It's a blend of 9 soluble and insoluble plant-based fibers. And it's specifically designed to absorb carbohydrates. The result, that will keep my blood sugars low. Lower glucose will lower insulin. Lower my insulin, the faster I can reverse insulin resistance. When you reverse insulin resistance, you're going to become insulin sensitive and you're going to start to feel absolutely amazing.